Dear professors and students peers, we are the Jeremy and Gerardo Peña team.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Snyder.
The following presentation will be about the aerospace and security industry scope, and in particularly of the Northrop Grumman business strategy. The reason that we chose this industry and company was not only because of our passion with the aerospace and advanced technology, but also for the connection with the companies that drives capital intense. Companies that invest, develop, and plan to stay for the long shot triggers many economic benefits downstream, locally, and globally. Looking forward to being a stakeholder of companies that foster challenges to the human mindset, better resource usage, and most importantly, to keep societies safer and connected. Thank you for your interest and looking forward to work with you. Northrop Grumman Corporation is an American global aerospace and defense technology company formed by Northrop 1994 purchase of Grumman. The company was the fifth largest arms trader in the world in 2015. Northrop Grumman employs over 85,000 people worldwide. It reported revenues of $25.8 billion in 2017. Northrop Grumman ranks number 118 on the 2018 Fortune 500 list of America's largest corporations and ranks in the top 10 military-friendly employers. It is headquartered in West Falls Church, Virginia, United States. This heavy capital-intense company differentiates strongly in regards with advanced technology. That is why their marketing slogan states like this. Listen.
The sky's the limit. You hear it all the time. And though others may think the sky is the limit, at Northrop Grumman, we believe that's limiting. Because when we combine experience with innovation, there are no limits. No limits to what we can do beneath the waves or above the atmosphere. And no limits to what we can achieve or what we can imagine. The sky's the limit? We don't work that way. We work below it, and above it, and in it. In every domain you can imagine. In domains others can only dream of. And when we all work together, that is when we are limitless.
Northrop Grumman is a leading global security company providing several products in regards with sophisticated autonomous systems, cybercomputing, space, communications, strike, radar, and others. From its $25 billion annual revenues, the company is segmented in three main divisions: aerospace systems, which accounts 43%, mission systems 40%, and the technology services 17%. Other key basic company facts of Northrop Grumman: Northrop Grumman dedicates more than 80% of their total revenues for the US government as the prime customer. External environment analysis: aerospace and defense industry, in particularly Northrop Grumman. Political factor: the current and future US government administrations influence greatly the aerospace and defense. Technology is a very critical factor into this industry, not only because of the product value creation benefiting the customer with the new innovative products, but also on how technology is used to improve the company's internal productivity and cost competitiveness. Economic factor: the defense market of the emerging countries notice significant growth and interest to protect their rising economies. Demographics factors: aerospace and defense companies have a relatively high attrition rate for new employees and a greater proportion of older workers. Global factors: terrorism and illegal activities, especially now these days, cyber threats or problems with global stabilization Wars, the political factor, it's a very big driver. As you can notice, this chart shows the last 20 years of historical expenditure budgeting from the Department of Defense. Companies like Northrop Grumman, where they have a high level of dependency with the US government defense, are always at risk. In this figure, you can see the level of dependency of the Northrop Grumman NOC to the US government. On the other hand, you can see the employees from the Northrop Grumman. The dips are due to the recession of the US government funding. Key example on why it's very disruptive when you depend on only one customer. The aerospace and defense industry demands large capabilities of innovation and technological know-how. Artificial intelligence is on the rise, both in planning and operations at the defense field, especially at the decision making. There are more needs for lighter aircrafts, more powerful and efficient propulsion systems. Aircrafts are becoming more electrical driven. To illustrate, the augmented virtual reality is a new next generation technology for designing and developing products. Another relevant aspect is the demographic. Demographic, it matters. The major aerospace and industry companies are facing a trend where their critical employees' skill set are moving towards retirement. There is a major concern for backfilling new skilled workforce because the younger generations prefer to work for non-aerospace defense companies. The economic global domestic product keeps continued shifting country by country. As a result, the dominant power countries influence the aerospace defense industry needs. For instance, China's military spending went from $108 million to $228 million in the last 10 years. Industry environment, 5 forces. Buyer power. Northrop Grumman customers have a mid to high level of bargain power. For one view, the buyers have a strong position since the US government is the prime Northrop Grumman source of revenue. On the other side, the supply base of Northrop may have low to high depending on the input. It can be built to print or involved with owing the development and technology. Same case, suppliers can have strong control when they are awarded as a single source. Threat of new entrants, it's very hard. There are many requirements, specialized technology know-how, intellectual property chip access, and a strong financial health. In a like manner, the substitute products on this niche is very difficult. Because of the few players, the inter-firm rivalry is very intense, and especially during the bidding process for the major statement of works. However, the competitors' companies can prove on having flexibility and negotiation skill to work together in same projects. A good example is the F-35 project, where multiple companies and competitors work together.
Hi, and welcome to the internal analysis part of this project. Northrop Grumman is only bidding on projects that the company believes will generate the best financial returns on its investments. That means that Northrop is refusing to put forth any bids on programs such as the Air Force's new GPS satellites, the new Advanced Jet Trainer, or the U.S. Navy's MQ-25 Stingray, which is an unmanned aerial refuel tanker. What they did do is win a 12-month, $330 million contract for the Air Force's E-8 Charlie just for software upgrades. Some of the resources and capabilities of Northrop Grumman are its patents and trade secrets, which contribute strongly to the assets and capabilities of their company, which now is the second largest aerospace company patent portfolio in the world. Northrop Grumman has used its unique technological capabilities to solve the nation's toughest problems. Presently, it is directing technology toward 4 primary applications: national security for ISR, which stands for intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, laser weapons for missile defense, software, and the final one, civil space, which you can see with the purchase of ATK, puts them into the space program. the competitor analysis, Northrop Grumman competes with many companies in the U.S. aerospace and defense industry and the information and services markets for a number of programs, both large and small. In the U.S. defense industry, Northrop Grumman's primary competitors are Lockheed Martin and Boeing. Intense competition and long operating cycles are both key characteristics of the company's business and the defense industry as a whole. From the slide, you can see 5 different companies with Lockheed Martin winning the majority of the defense contracts. For competitors, Boeing employs more than 165,000 people across the United States and in 70 countries. The company has 4 principal segments: commercial airplanes, Boeing Defense, Space and Security, and Boeing Capital Corporation, which provides financing services. Now, Lockheed Martin serves both domestic and international customers with products and services that have defense, civil, and commercial applications, with its principal customers being agencies of the U.S. government. The company operates in 4 principal business segments: aeronautics, electronic systems, information systems, and space systems. The key problem that Northrop Grumman has is a high sales percentage participation with the U.S. government. Thus, Northrop carries serious business risks because of the significant business dependency with a single customer. On the last 3 annual business cycles, 84% of the total revenues came from the U.S. government projects. We believe that Northrop's business situation of high dependency to the defense budget could be a fundamental risk to Northrop's future sustainability. Historical data has proven that the negative impacts to enterprises highly linked to the DoD spending contraction cycles. The external factors influencing the DoD budget aggravates business uncertainty to Northrop, not only financially, but also crippling its capabilities to continue investing with research and technology and with keeping core talent employees. Northrop depends on its advanced technology products to continue staying competitive, also known as product differentiation strategy. For that reason, Northrop requires to have a healthier revenue portfolio mix in order to keep funding R&D and preparing employee succession. The first recommendation for Northrop Grumman is to aggressively search for a wider market of sales, diversification, and increase its core capabilities to offer other products linked to the non-military segment. Northrop needs to decrease its revenue dependency from the U.S. government and grow without disrupting its operational and technological performance with its current core market segment. We also recommend that Northrop pursue the cyber defense, threats, and analytics. They have proven to be ahead of the rest of their field and have spent millions more than the 3 biggest competitors combined in an R&D pursuing this area. This would boost sales and take away dependency from government contracts. In the private sector, companies have been forced to take cybersecurity more seriously, and according to projections, will spend over $1 trillion on digital security globally through 2021. The final recommendation is for Northrop, who already has the capabilities to start pursuing an alliance, either joint venture or through acquisition, for a commercial aircraft company so they can start selling commercial aerostructures or selling biz jets. We feel the best choice for Northrop Grumman, who recently opened an advanced technological R&D center, is to start selling commercial aerostructures. An aerostructure is a component of an aircraft's airframe. This may include all or part of the fuselage, wings, or flight control surfaces. Companies that specialize in constructing these components are referred to as aerostructure manufacturers. Many larger aerospace firms with a more diversified product portfolio also build aerostructures. Profits from this sector are $1.7 trillion a year. We feel the easiest way to implement these aerostructures would be getting a contract with Airbus or with Boeing. These 2 are the largest manufacturers of civilian aircraft in the world and always outsource their structures. I hope you enjoyed our presentation of Northrop Grumman. Thank you.
Please hang up and try again.